Hi, my name is Angel Fain, and I'm a student at Grand Canyon University. I'm in the bachelor's degree program for secondary education of history. Today I'm going to be talking to you as part of an assignment for the professional dispositions of educators. Part of that assignment is to answer 3 questions. Those 3 questions are: what dispositions do you possess that you believe will make you a successful educator? The second question is: what dispositions do you need to work on before entering the classroom as a first-time teacher? The third question is: what qualities should a professional educator possess and display? The first disposition that I believe I possess is the disposition of high expectations. While I am realistic in my expectations of people and my students, I do believe I set forth high goals that I believe everyone is capable of reaching and maintaining. As teachers, I think it's really important for us to remember that even though we have these high expectations for our students and we do expect that they can learn the things that we set out to teach them, we do have to remember that not every student is going to get from point A to point B in the same way. While it may take one student longer to understand something than it does another, it does not mean that they are any less of a student than the other. Another disposition that I believe I possess is the disposition for diversity. I came from a very rural community where there wasn't a lot of diversity or cultural differences. As I've grown up, I've seen a lot of cultural differences and a lot more diversity in the people that I work with and even in my friend group. I believe that it's important as educators to celebrate diversity and cultural backgrounds. I think that at a young age, if we as educators are capable of teaching everyone that even though you don't believe the same things, you don't think the same way, you don't see the world the same way, if you love one another, I think we could make a more peaceful environment than the world we currently live in. The dispositions that I think that I need to work on before I work in a classroom for the first time would be the disposition of reflectiveness or reflection. I get very set in my ways, and as long as I'm moving forward and I feel like things are going the way they should, I don't really take a look on what I could improve. And as an educator, I need to constantly try to improve myself, improve the way I teach, improve my education. I continuously want to be able to learn new things and always improve the education that I'm giving my students and my ability to educate my students. Another disposition that I think I need to work on is classified as the disposition of dedication, and I want to start by saying I'm very dedicated to teaching. It's something I've always wanted to do. It's been a passion of mine since I was 17 and started working in a daycare. But one thing that I have an issue doing is staying on top of my tasks. I set very high and sometimes unattainable expectations for myself. And part of that is I expect myself to be able to do 97 things in a day that just aren't feasible to get done in one day. And I think as an educator, I need to learn to set realistic goals for myself and make sure that I'm getting my work completed in a timely manner and not trying to overthink the little things. The qualities that I think that a professional educator should possess is the quality of compassion and fairness and a love for education. I feel like a lot of teachers nowadays are teaching for a paycheck versus teaching for love, and I think that's what teaching really boils down to. You have to love what you're doing, you have to love your students, and you have to love the education that they walk out of your classroom with. I believe that if a lot more teachers would take the time to really assess why they are in the field they're in, we would have a better education system than we do right now. Another set of qualities that I think teachers should possess is advocacy. As teachers, it's easy to say that you don't want to get involved in students' day-to-day life, or you don't want to get involved in their personal lives. But in order for a student to be successful in our classrooms, we have to understand what's going on at home. We have to understand what they're facing at school, and we have to be okay with stepping in and advocating for them when they can't advocate for themselves. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. I hope you have a wonderful day.